In this video, I'm gonna show you my exact process for using AI to create winning Facebook ads that drive more leads and sales for my clients. Most businesses already know the importance of launching more Facebook ads post Andromeda into their Facebook ad account, but they simply overcomplicate things. They spend hours either brainstorming, coming up with different messaging, or just going back and forth on design, and this becomes the biggest bottleneck. And what happens is they either take forever to launch, I'm talking a few weeks to get new ad creative in the ad account, or they just don't launch it at all. And for that exact reason, that's why you're getting stuck. If you're running the same tired ad creatives that you've ran for 3, 6, 12 months now, and expecting that to carry you along long term is not a sustainable solution. All that's gonna happen is your cost per lead or your cost per purchase is going to increase, and you're gonna have a very hard time being able to forecast what next month is going to look like, because as time goes on, your top performing piece of creative is only gonna fatigue further and further. So I'm gonna show you my simple, repeatable way that I use AI to not only come up with new ad angles, but also to create the ads and to launch them. So first, let's hop into all the tools you're going to need. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually walk you step by step on how to create these, and we're gonna make one together. Okay, so there's 4 tools you're gonna need to actually be able to create these AI ads for your ad account. And the first one is gonna be Magic Brief. So what is Magic Brief? Well, Magic Brief is essentially a platform where you can go in and quickly see your top performing ads in your own ad account, but also they have this Inspire tab right here. And what you can do is, I just looked up roofer, so you can type in like any industry right here, right? And I just typed in roof, like if I type in, I'll type in roofing actually is probably better. You can essentially spy on any competitor running ads in your vertical, or you can even type in direct competitor names. So if there is a very direct competitor I would just type their brand name in, and I can actually see how many ads they're running. So as you can see right here, here's just an example of other ones like Chanel. They're running 136,000 ads, which is insane, but you'll be able to get an idea of how many ads they're running and then also see what they look like. And so the reason you need this is because you are going to essentially find a winning ad that you like, or an ad that you just find to be valuable. And a way I kind of look at this is, one, just subjectively, I'm looking at it and I'm going, are these ads that I would want to run for my business, knowing that I'm trying to get a lead in this area? So for the example we're going to walk through today, it's going to be for a roofing company, and we are going to try to get a roofing company ads for free roof inspections, right? We want homeowners to give free roof inspections. So that's why I'm looking at roofs and roofing ads. And a proxy that I always have is, you see it where it says 4D right there in green? It says 4D right there. That means it's been running for 4 days. So subjectively, I'm looking at the ad and I go, do I want to run this in my ad account? And do I want to create an ad that looks like this? And then also I'm looking at the 4D. And so I actually went ahead and I found a ad right here, and look at the runtime. It's been running for 31 days. Let me zoom out a little bit. It's been running for 31 days, and I kind of like the look of it. The format of it works. I don't necessarily like the image a ton, but the format works. And so they have their brand logo, they have credibility right here, they have primary text on what it is that they do, and then they have the CTA. So I kind of like all those elements. Those are really all the elements of a top performing Facebook ad. They're all gonna have clarity on what it is you do, a call to action, and why you're credible, right? That's the first tool essentially. So you wanna find other people who are running ads, or what you can do simply, you can just look at your top performing Facebook ads. And then when you have that, either your top performing Facebook ad, or you find a competitor ad, just take a screenshot of it and save it to your laptop. And then we're gonna move on to step 2. Okay, the second thing you're gonna do is just very, very easy. Just copy your URL. Copy your URL, because the very next step it's gonna go along with it, and you're going to need ChatGPT. And so we're gonna breeze past step 2, because that's the easiest of them all, and we're gonna go right to ChatGPT. So let's just say this is our website URL. I found a company in California that does roofing. Their website looks fine. I think the aesthetic of the site looks fine. So I wanted to make an ad for them. So obviously you would plug in your URL here and you would copy it. All you're gonna do when you go into ChatGPT is you're gonna paste that image that we took a screenshot of, whether that's your top performing ad or whether that's the ad that we found with Magic Brief. And then check out how simple this prompt is that I gave it. I said, give me primary text overlay options for my Facebook ad where I'm specializing in roof replacements in San Diego. Here's a competitor ad that I liked. So again, that's the one I attached. I want people to get a free quote. And actually, I changed it at the end to be a free roof inspection, but here's the point. The point of this prompt is I just want to get clever ad copy over it, right? And I'm just trying to get copy options that'll resonate with my ICP or my customer profile, which is really homeowners, right? And so I say at first they give me some, but they're kind of very salesy, right? Need a new roof in San Diego? Like, this is very salesy. And in ad copy, you want to have an appeal to cleverness and kind of do things in a sly way without being so sales pitchy. People want to know that they need it before you just ask them for a roof replacement. So this is kind of a bottom of funnel ask. I want to appeal to net new people, people who don't know who I am, people who aren't necessarily looking for a roof replacement right now. But if we can convey an ad copy that they should get at least an inspection done, this can be really helpful. So essentially what I did to make sure that we can actually convey that is I said, hey, no, I don't want this to be super salesy. I just want a good angle where our services would resonate with homeowners and get them problem aware that their roof could be worse than they think, and they will save money by getting a free quote, ensuring things are fine before they spiral to a roof replacement that is needed. I said, we offer free inspections to give them peace of mind. So essentially, what am I doing here? I have to prompt ChatGPT in a way that gives them context to know what the intent is. They don't know roofing necessarily altogether, but if I start telling them that, hey, I'm trying to get people aware of a problem before it spirals into a bigger thing that costs them more money. So essentially, my Facebook ad now, instead of being super salesy, is, hey, we're trying to save you money. That's the intent of it. Because I'm trying to get people problem aware that, hey, we can just give you a free roof inspection right now before your roof gets worse and worse and you actually need a full roof replacement. So the point I'm making, because a lot of you probably aren't doing roofing, is be clever with your ad copy. You may have to prompt ChatGPT a couple times to get copy that you like, but they started giving me better copy, and I kind of gave them ideas around like, hey, I like these ones. It's cheaper to check than replace. The sooner you know, the less it costs. And again, the point is to do this in as few words as possible, because you need things to be conveyed in your ad from a very low cognitive latency standpoint for the end consumer. And what that means is if somebody sees your ad, in the first 2 seconds, they should already know what it is you're trying to pitch them or what it is that they're going to get out of it. And so if I say it's cheaper to check than replace, well, there was no picture or no context to who I am, that wouldn't make any sense. I wouldn't know what's going on. But that's why the image matters in the actual ad, because if they see a big roof and we're in San Diego, they're gonna know, okay, these people are in San Diego, the CTA says roof inspection, I know what it is they do really quickly without having to go to their website. So it's gonna resonate with the right audience because they're gonna understand what it is we do. So make sure you have clever copy that, hits your customer's pain point, or position yourself like this to make it seem like they're getting something by reaching out to us. They're getting peace of mind, right? And knowing that their roof is fine so that they don't have to pay more in the future. So essentially I just said, hey, I like these ones. Give me more like this, right? And then I just chose a couple. And this is important because all I do now is you're gonna go to Higgsfield. And what Higgsfield is it's essentially a big platform that hosts all these LLMs. So think ChatGPT, Nano Banana, like Perplexity, they host all of them, and their whole point is to be able to siphon through all these different LLMs and say, hey, create me images, create me videos. So I'm gonna just show you kind of what it looks like. All I did is when you go to Higgsfield, you're gonna go to the image creator here, and you'll see you're on Nano Banana Pro. So you can change the model here, but stay on Nano Banana Pro or go to Nano Banana 2. And essentially this is going to be like your prompt space. And then once you generate things, you'll see like I've created this ad and this ad for men's boots and like just different things for other clients of mine, either who are in lead generation or who are selling something online in e-commerce. And all I've done, I'm gonna show you the exact prompt here, is what you're gonna do. You're going to attach again that ad that you found for inspiration or your winning Facebook ad here. And then you're also going to attach your logo. Like this is a very blurry logo, but trust me, this platform knows what they're doing. And all I said here is attached as a competitor ad, right? And I said, I like the layout of how they have the company logo, reviews, primary text, and CTA. Because again, remember, what did I say up here? You're not necessarily looking for the complete copy and paste, although that is doable in some cases. Like for example, in this ad right here, there was another ad that looked just like a competitor ad, and it was almost exactly copy paste. I just had to upload my product photo here, and then give them appropriate copy. So you'll run into those, but again, I'm just telling them what I like about this ad, and I'm saying it's a competitor ad. And so I like the layout and how things are structured there. I said I want to keep that structure / layout, but I want to tailor the ad for my roofing company. Attached is my logo, and so that's why I attached it. I said, here's my website URL, and then I give them the primary text. This is the text that I got from ChatGPT. A simple check can prevent a big bill. And then I say, the CTA can say free roof inspection. I want that CTA. The image of the ad, this is important. This is where you're actually going to have to do your own prompting. Yes, you can probably ask ChatGPT and tell them what you're doing and they can prompt it too, but I just kind of free worded this myself. And I just said, hey, the image of the ad should highlight a nice, beautiful home in a San Diego neighborhood. The vibe of the home should be an expensive and premium and have a beautiful Spanish tiling on it. Well, why do I want an expensive, more premium looking home in a nice neighborhood? Because I want the right leads to contact me. So that is the psychology of an ad as well. If I have a really dingy, rundown home, what are the type of leads I'm likely going to attract? It's going to be the people who are going to submit lead forms, but when it comes time to give the inspection, they're going to have the highest likelihood of a pricing objection, most likely. So I want to appeal to more affluent neighborhoods who can probably afford this if this company were to find out that they needed an actual roof replacement or roof repairs, right? So that's why I'm appealing to that nice home type of feel. And then all you're going to do is hit generate. And you'll see when you hit generate, you're going to, let me scroll up. I have tons of different ads up here. You're gonna hit generate, it's gonna queue. I've already done this, the couple test ones, and you'll see, check it out. Look at this. Nice home in San Diego. You have the palm trees in the back. You have the Spanish tiling like I asked for, the same structure and format. And same thing here. I just generated it again, same style thing. And there's one that's generating live. Look at it, it's just about done. Boom. Look at that. So this is super, super easy. I would upload all three of these. They're diverse enough. They have the same format, yes, but they are diverse enough where I would run these in the ad account for sure. They're not going to be the same exact ad. And well, I don't necessarily want the same format for all of my ads. So what do I do to create ads that look different than this? Very simple. I go through that exact same process, but I just find a different competitor ad or a different ad in my ad account that's performing well. That has a different layout and design to it. And so all this to say, you can do this really, really quickly. I mean, I'm going through step by step, but if I wasn't, this whole process would probably take me 5 minutes to do, to create ads. And there's 3 beautiful ads right here that I can launch in my ad account. And so I say all this to say, do not overcomplicate creating and launching new Facebook ads in your ad account. Yes, there's kind of a science to it around what type of ads actually become winners, but before you even get there, just launch more ads in your ad account. You need both. You need to understand what top performing ads look like, and then you also need to just launch more. And so don't get so fixated on, I need to create the perfect ad. Just launch more. What Facebook does is if they don't have confidence that an ad is gonna work, or just based on predictive modeling, based on click-through rates, engagement, the actual conversions tied to that actual ad, they won't spend. And that's why you see some ads in your ad account, they have like under $5 an ad spend and it's been in your ad account for a month. It's because they've already determined with thousands of impressions that they've gathered on that $5 in spend that this ad is never going to perform. So they keep spending on the ad that's going to perform. And so again, you kind of have insurance there if you're running a CBO campaign that the ads that you launch in your ad account, if they don't spend, don't get too attached to them. It's fine. Just keep creating more and you'll get better over time. I'll make a separate video in the future around what top performing Facebook ads have. Usually it's 4 different elements, but again, I'll save that for another video. So hope this is helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions.